Good evening. Welcome, sir, Ambassador. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening from everywhere you can hear us from. This is the Global Clusters, and we are on our accurate knowledge and information revolution. Yes, as our custom is, before we delve into the discussion of the day, it's important that we introduce ourselves to the video of what we have today. Let's have the video of accurate knowledge and information. Thank you.
Knowledge is power, and the knowledge and information revolution is about sharing it freely. We live in a world where access to education and information can change lives. At Global Clusters, we champion this revolution by promoting lifelong learning, critical thinking, and the free flow of ideas. This is more than access, it's about empowerment. By equipping individuals with knowledge, we unlock innovation, drive progress, and shape a brighter, more informed future for all. Join us in spreading the light of knowledge and transforming the world, one idea at a time. Knowledge is the foundation of progress. Be part of the knowledge and information revolution at theglobalclusters.org. Stay informed about new revolutions, events, and insights. Every meeting is a chance to grow, innovate, and contribute to a more enlightened world. The revolution needs you. Join us now.
The revolution needs you joining us now. Yes, as it is important for us to know that every developed nation developed by its people, and the people that made up the nation determines the kind of development they're going to have. When we talk about knowledge, we can't do without talking about information. It is the awareness of what we have around us that accumulated and communicated to what we know. As knowledge has to do with know, the consciousness of an awareness of anything. So it is important for us to talk about information when we talk about knowledge. There are diverse ways by which we get information. You can get it from people, from humans, you can get it from the environment, and all these add up to our experiences. So it is important for us to always position ourselves to get the right information. That is why we have the global clusters here, where the real factual, verifiable knowledge is being shared, information is being shared, because we believe that it is when we have the right knowledge and the right information that we can be best positioned for the right connection that can make us upscale. Many times we find ourselves in position whereby what we get determines the kind of thinking that we have, the kind of mindset that we have. When you find yourself in a position whereby whatever is being passed across there is false, is propaganda, that is what you are going to rely upon, and that's what is going to stand as your belief. I know most of the time the belief that we have shape our awareness and the kind of knowledge that we have. It is important. That's why we have in the global clusters, we share informations that can help us to grow. Now, when you have an information, what do you do with an information when you have it? First of all, make efforts to verify if this information is true or is false. You take more steps as an individual to check out information. Like the world we are now, we are in a very fast-paced world that everything is happening very fast, and information is flying all around. This time now, we are in the data world, the world of big data, the world of large information, whereby if you miss it, you might miss out. But it's not just about following every information that we get. What do we do with the kind of information that we have? It is important for us to take steps to find out if this is real or true. Like we have our Google, the Google is there to be an handful uh, encyclopedia for us. In those days, while we were growing, we have the encyclopedia to check out information about a particular aspect or concept. But now we have the Google. The Google will assist you to uh, make further findings about what is true or not. It is not just important for us to have an information and then carry that around as what we want to take as our belief. It could be disastrous sometimes because when we share false information and the people that have that false information didn't even make any effort to make more research, it could jeopardize a lot of things. You can see countries standing against country because of an unverifiable information that they are acting upon. When you act upon any information, you have made it your knowledge. And what if the information you have is not even true? So it is important for us to make efforts to verify the information that we have before we can say that it is accurate. Through Google, you make research. When you make your research, you have several aspects. You have several options that will help you to learn more about the particular aspect, and that will guide you to know if what you have is true, what you should take inside of you, or what you should discard. And like most of us, we have been very fortunate to uh, be aware of the digital world. The days we are right now, education information has been really democratized, whereby there's no barrier to whatever I want to learn, and there's no cap. There's no cap to a particular age or stage by which you can learn. It's very important for us to know what is relevant, what kind of information is relevant right now. You know, it is sometimes unfair for most of our people, especially those of us in this part of the world, that it's difficult for us sometimes to study. When you take steps to pick a book to read, you're going to find something out of it. Sometimes we see an article that is so lengthy, you know, we don't want to go through it to get anything from it. But from sometimes when we read, it is through reading, when you go through the experiences, you are sharing experiences from others, viewed and is being shared in a book. You get knowledge from there. And around us also, there are a lot of information around us that we can learn, even from our immediate environment. Most of the time, what makes the third world country to be the way they are is because we don't have the right information to act upon. So that's why it is important for us to go back to history, check ourselves as individual, as a people. How were we made? What is that thing that made us unique from others? We are very smart individuals. We are people of of great value. But it is important for us to make effort. If you don't make efforts about knowing who you are or where you are from or what you do, it's going to be difficult for you to know the potential that you carry. So we can get information from elderly advice. When people come to us, people that have told that road before, the path before, they can tell us, okay, this is what and what that we can do to to help us journey better in that expedition that we want to go to. So it's very important that whenever we go through in life, we take the elderly advice as part of what we do to help us, to be a kind of guidance for us. And we do our best in the global clusters to assist everyone to get this information. Most of us are in the platform, and every time we see information flying in the global clusters, and some of us are taking the opportunity to get this information and using them. And with that, we are getting the right knowledge. Like some of us, we there are some information that have been passed that we have been able to key into, and it has really helped most of us. For example, there was a time that the 001 mind surgery shared some application about an opening of some courses in the University of Cambridge. I know some of us log into that, sign up to it, and we got selected. And the training and the lectures were so massive. There were three trainings. Some of us were fortunate to get one, some two, some of us got three. Like I was fortunate to go three, or got selected for the three. We just concluded two. The next one will be in next week. But all this information when you get them and the knowledge that we got from those trainings, they're massive. They're things that they can't just get by anywhere. Most of one of the each of the calls costs like 800 pounds. And these courses has been uh so eye-opening, enriching to many of us. Having this kind of knowledge will make you have different thinking about what is happening. The first one was about wealth economy and sustainable development and the law. Talking about that it's not just only our GDP that determines a country. We talk about the human capital. We talk about the social capital. Talk about the natural capital, the infrastructure. Talking about all these things coming together to make a nation prosperous. And the other one that just being concluded, we'll talk about trade. Trade rules, sustainable development, and the law. All these talking about what are those factors that made a nation. There's some transactions that goes between country to country. That's bilateral. A country to more than two country, multilateral and regional. Talking about certain trades that you do, and the way this trade affect each country. You understand? Talking about sustainable development, like making our environment safe. Whatever we trade, especially talking about the carbon emission in relationship with the climate change, there are some products that we produce that their effects on the economy and even the environment, they are adverse. They have negative effects on the environment, and that's why we have there's some product that if they are high producing carbon products, you have to levy them high so that the demand will be low. So and the ones that are carbon free, talking about the green product, the ones that are safe for the environment, you less them, you less their tariffs, or you remove their tariff, whereby they can be more produced and circulate the nation for a safe and sustainable, safer environment. All these things they really go a long way to make people know, because when we know all these things, we know the reason behind some government policies. Sometimes the reasons that we agitate and we protest against some things that we don't know is because of we don't know. When things are happening sometimes, and you don't have the knowledge of it, it makes you anxious unnecessary. But when you know the reason behind something, you understand, they're saying that when the purpose of something is not known, abuse is inevitable. So we don't just abuse the privilege that we have, having the knowledge about our waste management, proper waste disposal. When you have that information, when you have the knowledge of what that is going to do, the effect of it in our environment, you're going to control how you even manage your waste, how you dispose your waste. That's very important. And talking about the environment, the deforestation, that sometimes just cuts we just handle our vegetation anyhow, the timber, the produce, the use of timber and the likes. When we learn all these things, that indiscriminate felling of trees, when you know that it's adverse, it's going to have adverse effect on the environment. Having that information will help you to have the right knowledge that, okay, I need to take care of the environment by not just cutting down trees anyhow, and even excuse me, even bush burning, all those things, because they emit a lot of carbon and they affect us. We are having some changes in the environment right now, talking about the climate change. But most of the time, we don't know that we are the cause of this. We are the cause of whatever is happening in our environments. When you have flooding, there's some people that they have infrastructures being built along the drainages. There's no way you can affect the nature. Nature will always have its way. So when we have all this information and we work upon them, we have a better society, we have a better environment, and everybody live peacefully. So when we know that I, as an individual, I as a person, I also add up to the betterment or the adverse effects of the environment. When I have that information and I work upon it, it's going to help my society, it's going to help my environment. So everybody will have that in mind before we do anything. So it is important that we always pursue after having the right information. That's why we always encourage ourselves in the global clusters to share what is right. That's why whenever anything is being shared, even on the platform, we want to make sure that it is verifiable. Is it something that is it right, not just propaganda or not just what everybody is following. We don't just follow what is trending. Understand? As Clusterian, we are being encouraged not just to follow what is trending, but what is actually right. Understand? Can we verify it when you check it online? All these will help us even when we have an information and we don't um we don't have the clarity. We make research. Research about it. You ask people, asking other people that if like, okay, I heard about this thing, I saw this information. Please let me verify before I go into it. There's some businesses that we even do. There's some businesses that we venture upon that we don't really have the real uh, knowledge about it. We go ahead to ask. We don't just think about the benefits alone. We don't just think about what I'm going to get from the business alone. We ask, okay, what could be the ups and downs? What will I encounter? All those things are the research that we need to make going into business is very, very important. When we do that, when we get the right information about this kind of business, okay, what kind of business I want to go into, go into business, and we see people that are doing it. That's why in the global process we have professionals, we have technocrats, we have entrepreneurs that are always available to share their ideas. What I've been through, what it entails, what the business entails. So all this will help us when we want to go into that. Okay, we look at, okay, is there going to be any challenges? Okay, what challenge am I going to make? Okay, there are some things that we don't know that we will ask people that are already doing it to help us a great deal to plan and to be proactive in case of whatever that we might face in that business. Even venture into any kind of investment. There are some investment even apart from businesses. There's some investment that we want to go into that we need knowledge of. There's some things that we don't we miss out because we don't really have the right knowledge. And how that can we get the right knowledge is when we share with people and have the right information to be like a guideline. A right information is like the bridge, like the bridge from where you are to where you ought to be. It's like you climbing, like you walking on the shoulders of those giants that are already there, those that have already made it. Are gonna enlighten you. Well, we know in life that we might have different experiences in life, but what they are going to share with us, will be a kind of a guideline. The experience of someone might not be the same with mine, but that doesn't stop me from still going ahead to get knowledge about what could be in the nearest future. So that's why it's important that when we share, even we as individuals, we share information to people, should make sure that it is the right information. And when you are being asked about anything, and you don't have the 100% information, it's better that you come together to talk about it, you discuss about it, you make research, or you can get back to the person. That's very important. I can talk in the aspects of being an educator right now. As an educator, as a teacher, I have the responsibility of leading my students aright to have the right knowledge. And how can my students have the right knowledge is by me coming to them, or them coming to me, or we interacting, and we are sharing a piece of information. So the piece of information that I am sharing with my students or my learners will serve as a knowledge to them. And most of the time, you see that students tend to, and learners, they tend to believe their teachers more. That's why, sometimes you hear, especially kids, arguing with their, even when they are giving some assignment or some homework, you see them arguing with their parent that my teacher said that this is what my teacher said. Even if the parents, that are well enlightened, know that this is the right thing, but the students, the learners are going to be emphasizing that this is what my teacher said, because they tend to believe that teacher more. So that's why, as individual, that we are in the position of passing information to people, to people that are learning, especially children. It's important for us to do more research, get relevant skills, get relevant knowledge, what is actually true before you pass that to your learners. It's very, very important, because whatever you teach your children, to your learners, it goes a long way to affect them. As an educator, you are molding life. That's why they call the teachers the nation builders. But what kind of a structure, what kind of a nature are we going to build if we are passing the wrong information? And as kids, they tend to remember what we how we interact with them. So during the course of interaction, during the course of learning, as educators, so we ought to do our own research. And we are so blessed these days. We are so blessed. We are so fortunate these days as educators, that the knowledge is, every information is at our fingertips. There's no educator in the world right now that should not be digitally wise. You understand? You should be digital literate. Apart from being the master of your subject, you need to understand the digital world also. So in the class, when there is an information, when there's a question being asked by our learners, instead of in those days, in those days of the manual world, when we ask our teachers some maybe tough questions, our teachers sometimes will give us back those those questions as assignments that we should go home and sort it ourselves, things like that, and that will give the teacher an opportunity to make his own research and come back to us later. But now, instantly, even while you are there, as your learners ask you those questions, since information, since education, since knowledge has been democratized, that it's been open, there's no boundary to knowledge right now and information. You can just pick up your gadget, you can pick up your phone, as far as a phone, it's not compulsory to have a very big device. You understand? If it's just a little one that can access the internet, just call them. Okay, let's come together. Make it fun. Learning ought to be interactive. In those days, that it has to be the almighty teacher doing everything. No, knowledge has been broken down now. It's about the learner now. It's learner center. You bring them together. Okay, you can even teach them. You can guide students how to learn. That's very important also as an educator. We guide them how to learn, and you bring them together. Okay, this is, if you, in case of next time you want to search for something that is kind of difficult for you, this is how you do it. In that way, they know that, oh, my device in my hand is even good for learning, because most of our kids these days, the device in their hands, they are using it for something negative. The internet is just like the world. It's like the real world. The social media is like the social world right now, whereby we have the good and the bad. So the social world also, that means the social media also, is filled with the good and the bad. So when you guide the learners on the proper use of the internet, you understand? You tell them that you can use the internet to learn. You can search in case you have something you want to do. You can use for your assignment. So in the mind, they'll know, oh, so I can use my phone for my assignments. It's very important, not just video games and the likes, and just spending time whining on things that will just take their time away without them adding value to their knowledge. So when we go to class, and we want to pass information, we make sure it is relevant information. Very, very important. It is information that can empower our learners as educators. That's very, very important. And even as parents also, when we want to pass information to our children, it's very important that we pass the right one. We take our time. We know the world is a very busy one now, based on the economy has been advancing all over the world. Yeah, it could be like we might not always be available, but we parents also, we can learn how to manage the digital world. There's some parts that we can even manage, where our kids can go to on their devices. Those these things are needed as parents to curb the children's way of accessing the internet. You can put some privacy, or you can lock some parts of the devices, whereby they can't go to this place being barred by you. It's very, very important to help them. So even if you are not around, you know that whatever they're using that devices for is something positive. So as parents also, it is important that we support the efforts of the teachers, because uh, a child what will make a child to actually be focused. I am an educator, and I've checked and we've done our own research, and we've seen that a child that has been supported at home does better academically, psychologically, mentally, morally. They are disciplined, they are well focused. When a child is being supported by the parent, that's be a kind of a leverage for the teachers. When most of the time, those apart from those of us in the boarding school, most of the children in the day school, they spend maybe like approximately maybe 6 hours, with the teachers, then the rest of the hours with the parent. So they spend much time with the parent, and even if the parents are not available, we have several avenues by which they can support the tasks of the teachers. And when they do that, you see, we are having children, we are having younger generation that are open to the right information. And when they have that in their mind, that is what they will grow with. A child of 5 to 13 years old, all to be guided. They need supervision. So as parents, it is important for us also to supervise and to support the job of the teachers. That will help, because we believe that what our schools are for is to imbibe the right information, the right knowledge, the right moral into our children. And as they're doing that, if they're doing that without the support of the parent, it might not really have real effect. But when we have parents supporting the task and the duty of the teachers, it goes a long way by making the child very self-reliant, making the child having the right information, and making that child to grow to be an adult that is sound in mind. So it's very, very important that we take that into cognition as parents also, that I'll send my child to school and it's the responsibility of the teachers. Yeah, the teacher will do their own part, but since they are coming back to you as parents, it is important also that we do our own best to share this information, the right one, guide them to learn. When they come back with their assignments that they like, you assist them, you guide them, let them be aware that the gadgets, the internet, the computer they have, they can use it for something profitable. You understand? So we have talked about the teacher learner, we have talked about the parents child interaction. Then even in our environment, we have the adults that that have actually the elderly ones that are in their corner there. They are so embedded with a lot of knowledge, with a lot of information, that can help, because most of the time we the youth we do things sometimes unknowingly. So it is important that the the adults and the elderly among us, they they tend to share this their information with the younger ones, being the kind of light, being a kind of guide. That is why the global clusters, the president of the global clusters, Ambassador Adekunle Badmus, is encouraging every one of us to create a kind of spark up whereby this information, all this that we share here, can can be spread across to a larger now number of people, that they will get all these. And since the global clusters is being established for nation building, it's important also that all these move across every corner, and everybody gets what we are doing right now. And as the year and as the years moving on, and as we meet every time, we share our knowledge. We tend to have individuals, youths, adults, that when you grow up with that kind of right mindset, with the right knowledge, and it will be very easy for you to make decisions that are of value. It is very important that we know this as parents, we know this as educators, we know this as adults in the society, that every one of us, we add up to the development of our nation, because it is from the homes, an enlightened home, a home that's enlightened, a home that's knowledgeable, you know, all add up to what we have in the society. And every society also add up to make up the good governments, and that's spread across the states, and that's spread across to the nation. Imagine having a nation that is well enlightened, and we're having this right knowledge and information. When you do your best to verify the things that you have, it makes you move away from fanaticism, from bigotry, and from just being gullible, because you take the pain to want to make research. Sometimes doing all those things might take some things from us. You want to always be on the line. You want to take time to read. Reading is gonna be sometimes taxing for you. Your data and taking time to do all these things. Most times, all these things help us. It helps us in a long way, whereby when we are faced with some challenges, okay, we know that we need to do this. This is where we ought to move to do that. We don't go to the wrong people. A child that is left on his own without the guidance of the parents or the right teachers or the right knowledge will move to the wrong people. And when that child moves to the wrong people, he gets everything that the child had and is hearing from those people. That's what the child is going to base his knowledge upon. And that's why we have some people that are so fanatic, and they are so rigid because of what has been imputed into their heart through what they hear. Information, your knowledge is an accumulation of what you hear, what you see, and what you read. So that is why we also to have the accurate knowledge, and we need to always follow through what is accurate. This information, whatever I want to hear, there's some speech, there's some word that you don't allow into your mind, because when it's too much of it, when it's too much, when it's reoccurring, it can sum up to be what you have in your mind, and that could be what you believe. But when you move with the right people that will always pass the right knowledge to you, giving you the right information, that will turn to what you know and making up your knowledge. So it's very important that as individual, we always pursue, we always go after, we always choose those things that are right. Everything that is right, that is good, that is pleasant, those are things that will add value to our knowledge. Those are the things that we should always pursue, not the things that will make us depressed, things that will frustrate us, and things that will make us lose hope. No, we shouldn't follow things like that. The global crystal is like a community for us, where we can always come, and then we can always share knowledge. When you share information with people, this is what I have in mind. Please, is there anyone that can share more light on this? We have a lot of professionals in the global cluster. We have a lot of entrepreneurs in the global cluster that can even help you. In the global cluster, we have seen people that didn't even have any knowledge about any business, but by coming to meetings, they've been able to see people that will guide them. Okay, why don't you try this? And they have been doing it, and it has been helping a lot of people. Those that want to go into the entrepreneurial part of it, and even the technical class. We have the technical class here, like in the global cluster, we have people that have been empowered with the skills of AI, with digital skill, with data skill. So many skill that people have been able to get based on the information that has been shared. We have people that have grown from just being an intermediate or a beginner professional to being experts in their own field. So people are getting this real information. People are getting this knowledge in the global clusters every time, and that is why we always come here. We share our knowledge, we share our information, the right one that could make us more empowered. Because when you have the right information with you, then you work upon it. You're going to be knowledgeable, and people are going to be coming to you. People are going to be consulting you for some things, and by so doing, they know that okay, you can do this. You're going to be reached out to, and by so doing, you're adding value to your own self. You're learning, you are doing things, and before you know, in the matter of time, you become a better person for yourself. So it is very important that we take note of that as individuals, as a nation. We need to always pursue after what is right, not just everything, not just our mind, our brain. It's not just a waste bin. uh, like everything is just being dropped upon us to just take it. We should take our time to decipher, you understand, to decipher and separate and do a kind of technical separation about, okay, is this information right? Is this one valuable? What's brought about this information? What can I do with this kind of information? What value is this one adding to me? So it's very important that we look at that as individual, and because what we have inside of us that we work upon, that will make to be established in our mind, that is what will make us. And if we are going about with the wrong information, that is what we are going to be acting upon, and that is not going to help us in the long run at all, as an individual and as a nation. So because every child every child is going to be an adult someday, and every child is going to be the youth someday. If they say that children of today are leaders of tomorrow, what kind of leaders are we building? Is it leaders with the right knowledge? Is it leaders that have been empowered with the right information, that have been armed with the right information to face the world, or the ones that are just gullible and just following the bandwagon? What kind of information are we sending to our children? Are we sending to the world? Is it the one that will cause trouble? Is it the one that will cause chaos? Is it the one that will cause unnecessary protest? We should always think about that as we move on in life. Thank you so very much. I really appreciate your time. I am Oluwa Sheyi. I greet you, sir, the president of the Global Clusters. Uh, I don't know if you are on the call, sir. Kindly uh, share your voice, sir. Thank you, sir. Ambassador, sir.
All right, amazing. Excellent day to you all from everywhere listening to me from. This is Dr. Adekunle Badmos. I want to appreciate you, Cluster and Oluwaseyi Odunshagun, for all you do to contribute positively to humanity in the global clusters. It's accurate knowledge and information revolution of the global clusters. And today we are considering the place of knowledge, the place of information in nation building. A lot have been spoken about, but I just want to give some sort of submission. Today, I want people to hold us, clusterians and non-clusterians all over the world. Number one, I want you to understand that you have a knowing inside of you. And I want to give you an heads up to activate the knowing inside of you. The knowing inside of you should be activated. It's what you need to develop yourself. The knowing is what is anytime the truth is being spoken to you and you nod your head. It's not something you can see physically, it's inside of you. So it's important that you activate the knowing inside of you. It's about knowledge right now. It's about information, and it has to be accurate. It has to be quality. So activate the knowing. Always, once you activate the knowing, you'll be craving to know more. You'll be craving for quality and accurate knowledge, quality and accurate information. And if every individual in Nigeria crave to know, activate their knowing, and crave for accurate knowledge and information, we will have a developed nation. Just to let you know. And the place of this accurate knowledge and accurate information cannot be pushed away. Is the reason we are where we are today. Everyone crave, activate the knowing inside of you. And once you activate it, you will see that you are always in tune in anything that will add more knowledge to you and more information to you. So, and that is what we build you for life. It will build you for life. So today, I just want to give my submission briefly because I'm actually in a meeting. So I just want you guys to activate the knowing inside of you. And this will enable you to crave for quality and accurate knowledge, quality and accurate information. And once you have it, share freely. And that is the Clusterian side. The Clusterians uh, ideology. Our ideology in the global cluster is that what we have, we share, freely. Thank you very much. God bless you. Let's have others give their submission. Thank you. Over to you, Cluster Oluwaseyi Odusha. Thanks for all you do to contribute positively to humanity. Thank you. Cluster, you can come up and let's have the next submission. Let's have Cluster Oluwaseyi, please. Hello. The host, please bring others up to give their submission. Drop me and bring others up to give their submission, please. Tennessee. Can we have someone call the host on the mobile call? So I don't know. Um, can anyone hear me, please? Can we have others give their submission? Let's try and call Tennessee on the phone because I don't think he's there to. He needs to bring you up and he needs to bring others up. Can we call Tennessee on the phone, please? All right. So, like I was saying, while we wait for Tennessee to come up, I've finished my submission, but I just want to emphasize more on this knowing out. Okay. Okay, is there? Please bring others up. Kindly drop me and bring others up, please. Please drop me. You can drop me. Drop me and bring her up to give her submission.
Good evening, Cluster Aluaseyi.
Yes, ma'am. Please go on, ma'am.
Good evening, sir.
Yes, ma'am.
I want to say you are well done, sir,
Thank you.
and thank God for all you do. Our president too. Thank you so much. I'm a bit busy here. The mechanic that took my car away just brought it back, complaining, so I have to attend to him. I'm very sorry. I will not be able to make any serious submission. But all the same, accurate knowledge and accurate information, just as like the president said, that is what we need now. And everybody should be craving, everybody should be out for it. To able to better ourselves, better our society, better our country. We need information, like somebody submitted some time ago on this page. He made us to understand that whatever information given unto us should be verified. We should be able to make sure such information is true. The era of taking information dogmatically has gone. And this is what we are saying to everybody here. Most importantly, those of us in this country, Nigeria, to make things better, let's make sure we go out for right information, accurate one, legitimate one, that will in turn change our story for better. Nigeria will be better by the special grace of God. No doubt about that. I want to say kudos to our president for this kind of platform where we are being given serious, powerful information on daily basis. This is another day. Thank you, sir. We love you and we love everybody. Bye. Thank you.
Thank you so much. We really appreciate you, Ma. Thank you for all you do, and thank you for your submission. So grateful. Yes, host, kindly bring others up to add their voice to accurate knowledge and information. Kindly add others on the call uh, to bring others up so that they can add their voice as we are rounding off. We have like 8 minutes more to go. And as we are preparing for tomorrow's people to people revolution, it is important that we we do our best to to create the Spark Hub. The purpose of the Spark Hub is, since the global clusters is an opportunity to spread what we are doing here because we believe we are doing our own part based on the vision of the ambassador, Dr. Adekunle Badmus, to add to nation building. So we are here based on that knowledge, and we are also engaging in our own corner. So for us to reach out to everyone from our locality, from the grassroots, the Spark Hub is important. So we we share what we have here so they can be part of it. Although the global cluster is a social media platform in its own self, like the Facebook, like the LinkedIn, with its own app, whereby we have everything. We have the marketplace, we have the messaging, the video calls, the audio calls, the linking up with people, connecting with people. Uh, but before, why we are, because it is a paid social media platform, so we are here in the uh, in the WhatsApp group whereby we share the information. So all the link of what we are doing here, we share it there. So for everyone, even if you are a subscriber or not, to be able to partake in what we do, that is why we have everyone to create their spark up in the WhatsApp, could be in a WhatsApp group, whereby whatever we do here in the global cluster, we share with them, invite people to come. And even if you believe that you can have it in your neighborhood, like in your house, you understand? So people can come together, like what we do in those days, like we have our moonlight meeting in those days. So we share the same, we come together. And as we are deliberating, as we are sharing, others, people can get something. There's no information that goes a waste. Even if you think that this information is not going to be valuable to you, it could be valuable to someone else. So we here we share those information that could help others. So no matter the number of information that I have, if it can benefit me, it can benefit someone. That's the purpose of the global cluster. We are not doing everything just for our own self alone. We are doing things for everyone, bringing everybody together. So, what could not be beneficial for you based on your own preference could be of benefit to someone else. So, as everyone is getting aware of the global clusters app, the social media app, so we bring them here also so that we can all come together to discuss, we all come together to deliberate. And as we're deliberating, we see possibilities. Like today now we're having accurate knowledge and information. Tomorrow we're going to have our people to people. So from there, you are going to learn. We learn how our relationship with people, within a nice person, how it affects us and affects our nation, knowing that it is not just about agitating, it's not just about fighting, it's about us coming together to better our own society. And it is when we better our own society that we can have a better nation. So as individuals, it is very important for us to put that in mind and share the good news of the global clusters to everyone around us by sharing the reviews that you have, by sharing our our links, you understand, sharing the meeting links and encouraging others to join. And by so doing, we'll see that gradually, bit by bit, in our own corner, we are touching lives, we are adding value to people. So in that aspect also, we are sharing, we are going to be connecting with the right people. So when we connect with the right people, we connect with the right knowledge, and that will make us better off in our own self as we go forward in life. So it is a great importance that we put this in mind as we go further, as we go forward in all we do. That okay, whatever I do, okay, today this information I want to pass, the information I have, there's an information I got, before I share it to people, uh, please let me verify this information. If someone just call us, please let me pass this. Let this go viral. There's a saying that people used to put whenever they put a meet some information, let it go viral. Before you let something go viral, you yourself, it is important for you to verify it. Be sure that it is something that is true. It's something that is uplifting, something that is value added. It's not something that will bring others down or cause destruction or fight. So it is important for us as individual that whatever we have, the information we have, we share it. And when we know that this is true, this can affect people positively, this can add value to people, then we are going to be those that will take it up and use it. I've made an example of some information that we got on the global cluster that's been able to enrich most of us in the global cluster. So it's important also when we get something that will be of value to everyone, let us share and help others also to grow. Thank you, everyone. We really appreciate you. We are the Global Clusters, and in the Global Clusters, what we do is we share accurate knowledge of our industry, we share accurate information of our industry, we share accurate connection of our industry. It is where professionals, technocrats, and entrepreneurs meet, and the goal is for us to create a better nation, for us to work together to create a better Nigeria again, and of course for us to work together to create a great and to make our Africa great again. I am Oluwaseyi Odusagun. Tomorrow is People to People Revolution. Join us. For now, I say bye. Thank you.